Hello and welcome back to Football Manager with FC Eindhoven. And since we left off last time, obviously in the last video a lot of changes happened. We've made a few more changes. So you can see our league position isn't great. 18th with 36 points. We had some really tough games. Let's just have a look back over the games we had since we left off. We did, I believe, let me just remember where I was. Excelsior, Top OS and Den Haag. We lost all three. Next game we drew 1-1 with Young AZ and then won 4-1 against Helmond. And at that point I was like, great, a turn, we're going to start having a run of form. We then got a draw against VVV. And then we lost 6-2 to Young Ajax. I mean, it was a bad game. But we did pull back 3 points from a hard game with De Graafschap, who have somehow found form at the end of the season. And then we kind of lost it again. It's just been an up and down sort of season. It's been poor. We had a really poor run of games here against Dordrecht, Almere and PSV. But these next three games, they are lower in the league. These are actually three of probably the easier games in the season, and they're right at the end. So we have hope. One other thing which has changed is we've got a load of youth intake, which we're just bringing in. But if we have a look at our history, we signed Van der Wulp, and on his first game, he scored one, I believe it was, or two. And then, 1 minute, I think you can see his performance. Oh, no. Okay, I haven't requested it. So, form. Oh, there you go. So, he scored one on his first game against Ajax. Two and an assist in the game against De Graafschap, and then another one against Almere. So he's actually fairly good. He's not like an amazing striker on paper for us. He's actually like our fifth best. He just came in at the right time. I had scouts looking out for a striker. They came back and said this guy looks pretty good and I can get him fairly cheap, meaning he's actually not on a contract. He's on an amateur contract, so I'm not actually paying him. Bit sus, but it means that I've got a cheaper player and he's actually scoring goals for me at the moment. So that's good times for me. We have changed the tactics as well. I can't remember if I showed this at the end of the last video. So we've gone with 5 at the back, 2 centre mids, a kind of attacking playmaker sort of player. De Kersmaker plays really well in that role. And then 2 strikers who I keep rotating. Van der Sand in, De Meyer in, Van der Welp out. So I'm still not sure who the top 2 strikers are for my team at the moment who are scoring, because no one is really at this point. So yeah, this is kind of the squad. I keep changing the defence around as well because, in all honesty, we need to replace these 2 centre-backs. That's where our biggest problem is. Pjeinberg has been playing really poorly. You see he's 6.18. He's been playing awful. I'm going to put him on the transfer list at the end of this season because we've got another year contract with him. I don't want him next season. We need good centre-backs. Ostenbrink has been pretty damn good, actually. He's been solid for his age, his lack of experience. He's definitely coming up clutch for us. I think he might be our star centre-back if he can keep performing that way. Yeah, so we've kind of switched it around a little bit, changing tactics. I kind of messed up, and I had them still playing it out to the wings. So for a couple of the games where I lost after our... Where were we? So we played these 3 after I changed the tactic around about here. So actually it didn't affect us too badly. We got a couple of wins still, but I forgot to change that they were passing down the centre instead of out to the wings. And there was a couple of times where one of our players would just smash it out to the wing and there'd be no one there. And we just lose it and they'd score. So hopefully we're going to, once they train this formation a little bit, they'll get the hang of it and they'll start to play it a little better. With the 2 wing players, we do play at the wing sometimes. So Seedorf and Vermeulen, who again, interest from who is it? AZ and FC20, which are 2 higher league clubs who are interested in him. If I can get the higher end value for him, 1.1 mil, then I will sell him because he's not been that impressive, to be honest. I think we can get better players. I know he's young, so he'd probably improve, but yeah, I think money would be better at this point than this guy, because every time I play him, he just disappoints, and it's really frustrating. So we're going to jump into this game against Telstar. They're actually doing fairly all right as well. Never an easy game in this league. I think this league has been quite a hard one to do because there's so many difficult teams to play, and FC Eindhoven, unfortunately, I think are on the lower end of those teams. We don't have as much money. We don't have as much good players playing for us. It's a struggle. So I want to see a better performance. Faith in you guys. Look, everyone's, to be fair, despite a lot of losses, we have been quite good morale and stuff recently. De Kersmaker puts it in. Oh my goodness, bouncing around all over the place. Oh, Paulinho was offside. I wondered why he just picked it up. It was a bit concerning. Okay, yeah, but overall, morale's fairly all right now. And it's just get to the end of the season, bring in some new players, some better defenders. Goalkeeper's fine. There are a couple of goalkeepers which I'm having a look at, which are better than Bertram's on paper. So it might be that Bertram's loses its place, but I'm not really looking for a goalkeeper. So it's only if they are an amazing deal. And then potentially another striker, because we have been struggling with the consistency of goals. And we still have to replace Sleggers. So it's going to be a busy summer, hopefully. Unfortunately, our scouting network is really slow. So I've been scouting ahead of time to try and get the players in our sort of database, so that I don't have to keep waiting for a scout and then basically missing out on players. Oh, come on. Thank goodness for the miss, because that was one of our defenders just dropped completely. So we're playing all right. We're playing quite positively, but there's still holes at the back, which is really frustrating. I've gotten focusing on sort of defensive work at training and stuff. Still just can't defend. We've got extra men at the back to try and stop those leaky holes, just where they get a good pass through to cut us down the middle, basically. Just not working at the moment. Alright then, so half time, and it's 0-0. Could be worse. Better than losing. Amavor playing pretty poorly, so I hate to do it, but we're going to have Pjeinenberg come on, because we don't have any alternatives. And this is what I'm talking about. I think we need 2 or 3 good alternatives, centre-backs. Otherwise, we're just going to struggle. Other than that, everyone else is playing all right, so I'm going to just give them keep working hard until full time. Everyone loves that. Let's start the second half and hope that will give them all a boost. Okay, so they are now attacking us down the wing. Well cleared by Oostenbrink. Again, he's been pretty solid for us. Tends to be the second attack that we miss out on like that. We clear it, it goes to no one, they attack again, and it's just so frustrating. I'm going to shout at them. I'm going to just shout at them, tell them to focus. Okay, so our goal kick. Pjeinenberg up to Ojinya. What a waste. I don't understand. I'm telling them to pass direct passing, pass to feet, and they just keep, I don't know, maybe it's just that, and then 2-0 against Telstar, which is a game which we needed to win. I don't understand their passing. I'll show you the tactics after. It is clear that I'm telling them direct passing to feet, and no one is doing that. I just don't understand why they're not listening. We're just going to let this play out. There you go. 2-0, a loss, and not good enough. You weren't good enough. I don't have words to express how. Boom. Oostenbrink demotivated. Bertram's demotivated. Everyone else motivated. The problem is we have quite a lot of different personalities in the dressing room as well. Like change room even. I don't think that the group gels that well, unfortunately. But okay, that's one game down. 2 more games left of the season, and then we can put this horrible season behind us and try and rebuild for the next one. Okay then, so we are now playing FC Emmen. Again, a hard game. It seems like every game at the moment is going to be a hard game for us. So we're going to jump in. Same team that I named before. A lot of stick coming down on the 38-year-old Van Hovelen. Basically, not putting a few good performances, and a lot of people saying he's not good enough to be in our first team. So that little tactic of mine to bring in someone to shore up our defence didn't work too well, did it? So we're going to go to the match and hope that we can get something out of it. Okay, finally something happened in the 30th minute. Unfortunately, it's a corner to them. Luckily, headed just over by their player, but not looking good so far, is it? Now they've got a free kick outside of the box. This is doable for them. Oof, well done, Bertrams. We've been punished by free kicks before in the games that you didn't see me play. A lot of free kicks in good areas. Even though I've told people to stay on their feet, be disciplined, still giving away free kicks in stupid places as well. Okay, they've got the ball now moving forward. Oh, damn. Are we going to be able to hold on till half time? Well saved by Bertrams. He's holding the ball. He's going to kick that. You can just tell. He's got a glint in his eye. And Van der Werk didn't even follow it. Van der Welp didn't even follow it. And that means that we're now on the back foot again with them running at us. Great pass. Oof. Damn. We are getting schooled today. I gave him another chance. He's not been good enough. Pjeinberg is not good enough either, but we have nothing else. So he's going to have to come on as CDM cover. Seedorf's not played well today, so we're going to take him off for a Virginia wing back. And unfortunately, Van der Welp isn't playing great. So either bring on Nishi as an attacking forward or Van der Sand as a target. I'm going to bring... these are the two OGs. We're going to put him as a target forward support and Demai as an advanced forward and see if they can make any difference. We've done well so far. Keep going. Make sure you get the win you deserve. Defenders, go out and prove it. Go out and prove it. Go out and prove it. Hopefully, we'll be able to make a bit of a difference this second half. Maybe just one goal might be all that separates us. Hopefully, we'll be able to get it. Okay, our free kick to Kursmecker. Just over. But a chance to us. Oh no, I always hate it when it's an instant highlight straight after the first one because it usually means something bad's about to happen. And I feel like something bad. Oh, how have they not scored yet? We're hanging on for dear life. Okay, their free kick. 87th minute, 0-0. They're going to get a goal right at the end just to rub it in our face, aren't they? I can feel it. Oh my goodness, barring out. Van der Sand to Demai, to Kursmacher, Oostenbrink. Oh, just a waste. Again, I'm saying pass the feet, and they don't pass the feet. 0-0. Fairly boring game, but I will take that because we got a point. Overall, the boys, we tried our best. I think we are basically one spot above bottom of the league. Luckily, I think they can't get beaten by bottom of the league, so we're at least not rock bottom, but a lot of improvements needed. Okay, so the last game of the season, and at this point it feels like we just want it over and done with so we can move on, because a recent interview I did with with the press about our last game. They said, "Did you know you have the worst defensive record in the entire league? Why?" And I was like, "Because we make mistakes." And these guys, like, I feel sorry for Oostenbrink because he actually puts in solid performances nearly every game, and these two are useless. I don't know why Amivor is our team leader. He's going to be a pain to try and get rid of as well, which is going to be really annoying. Vermeulen, oh man, he's super interested in him from AZ, which is Clarence Seedorf, the old football players team. And we've got his nephew, I believe it is, Colin Seedorf is his nephew, playing for us. And it's just like, I want you to take them. But they keep talking like I'm trying to hold on to him. And I'm like, no, please come and take this guy off my hands and give me lots of money for him. So we're going to jump into this last game and hope that we can salvage something from it. We got a point from the last one. So that's a great way to start, isn't it? What have we got to lose? Go on. Defenders, faith in you make a difference. Midfielders, faith in you. I'm putting my faith in them and hoping that they will pay it back. Right. So, half-time and 0 highlights, 0 shots and 0 on target from us. 11 shots from them and 7 on target. None of them highlightable either. So, a really boring first half. We need to make some changes. Looks like our defence is playing alright. These guys, not so much. So, Demai, I think I'm going to change to an advance forward, and I'm going to bring on Van der Sand. He's had a really tough run of form recently, Van der Sand. Not scoring, just playing poorly, and he keeps vowing to end his goal drought even. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, but we'll give him a chance, and we're going to bring on Raz as a shadow striker. Bit sad, Raz has signed a contract with someone else and is leaving at the end of the season. I tried to keep hold of him, but he decided to leave, so that is that. I did, in the end, offer him a contract. He decided to go. I think it's a bigger club that he's going to in a different league, so we can't blame him, really, can we? If he wants to go to bigger clubs, especially how we're playing at the moment. Oh man, I don't know what to say because I don't feel like they have done well. When you deserve. Defenders, prove it. Midfielders, prove it. And attackers, prove it. Come on. Last game of the season, let's not end on a disappointing note. And finally, 72 minutes in, we get a highlight. So we've actually got the ball, Vermeulen to Raz, to Van der Sand, to Paulinho, to Naba, to Demai, to Raz, to Naba, out to Virginia, in, Demai, oh my goodness, how did that not go in? Off the crossbar, I think. Oh no, corner to them. Penalty, what happened? Oh, handball by Oosterbrink. Damn it. And our keeper is not a penalty saver. Bertram's is yet to... Oh! Bertram saved the penalty. I can't actually believe that happened. Superb. That is the first penalty he's ever saved. Okay, their corner. Bertram's really well out to collect. Look at the Virginia on the right, maybe? No, he's going to kick that. You can tell. He's going to hoof that up to no one. Great. And now they're going to be on the attack again. And he's through. Whew. That was close. 0-0 at full time. I think that's probably a fair result given our defence played really well. Strikers still can't seem to score, which is really frustrating. I think we're going to have to rethink, as well as defence, I'm going to have to rethink up front as well. The thing is, I don't think anyone gives us a chance on any game in the league. So I'm basically saying the same thing again and again to the guys. And we need to get enough players in so that we can beat the people who are down here with us. Helmond, MVV, Graafschap, Dordrecht. These are the teams that we need to be beating. These bottom 14 and down. I get the top of the league is a bit more difficult, because these are like teams which have been relegated down from last season and stuff like that, or just teams which have still got that higher quality player but are just trying to get back up in next season or season after. So I know it's going to be harder to challenge these guys, but these guys are people we should be beating. We should be challenging and having good games against. I think I might just see. I can't remember when the end of the season comes up. So I think what I will probably do is do a pre-season, end of the season video next. So I'll go into where it gives you like a summary of how the season went. And then after that, we'll have a look at the pre-season and people we're bringing in, people we're getting rid of, and stuff like that. But for now, I think I'm going to finish it there. It was actually not a terrible ending to the season. We started to find our groove defensively. We either can attack well and get goals, or we can defend well and not get goals. And you don't get one or the other with this team. And there's a lot of red dots there, showing a lot of losses. Some of these wins actually saved our butts. So we won against the same old sort of classics. FC Den Bosch, I think, did quite well this season. So to get a win against Almere, they did quite well. Roda as well did fairly well. They're in the playoffs. So there's a couple of teams where we beat them, and if we hadn't, it would have been a much worse season. So overall, it wasn't the worst season. We just didn't have a chance to build a team at the start because we had no funds. We had loads of players already in, and players which I honestly don't think fit this team anymore. So coming back, next video, we're going to be looking at how we did over the season, which we know wasn't great. And we're going to be looking at pre-season and bringing in new players and stuff like that. So, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this series. A bit of a disappointing first season, but it's all about building this team. So hopefully next season will be a lot more successful. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and come back for next season. And I will see you when I see you.